everyone, and welcome back to the Manufacturer Series in 2019. It's the official season, and it is round number 2 here at Yamagiwa. And look at the right side, we've actually already set a fast lap, and we've got time for 2 more. Unbelievable. This is amazing stuff now that we can actually do a bit of qualifying for a change, rather than fuel burning for the majority of it. There is a little bit of fuel burning in this, but I don't mind that. Half a lap, okay, I can accept. But my word, we get 3 flying laps. It's great. I'm loving this at the moment. But as you can see, we're heading up the hill now. And let's see what we get in our first sector. 25.4, that is absolutely perfect. It's what we want in that first sector coming into this left-hander now. It's all about trail braking, trying to keep the car with a very high apex speed, but trying to let the car turn in, especially in a front-wheel drive car. It's all about maintaining speed there as we now head down the hill towards this chicane. 42.9 there, so not terribly far up, not as good as it could have been there as we come through the chicane, and we've just gone really soft there, absolutely soft as anything. Not been the best chicane at all, at least 3-4 attempts lost there of what we should be able to get. So this isn't going to be the best of laps, but let's see what we can do towards the end of the lap. We are going to have a bit of slipstream off Dragon, of course, which is always very helpful. Down to second gear and then straight back up to third now, trying to avoid as much wheel spin as we can. And you can see we're just down there. So we were only just above our time previously, but we lost so much in that chicane because our other lap was also a banker lap as well, because we need to make sure we have that. We can do 3 flying laps, get a banker in, and then absolutely nail it. As we continue towards the last corner. In we go. We ran a little bit wide, but also we could get a little bit of a good run out of that corner as well to start the next lap. Because can the next lap actually be our fastest? So we're going to head towards that start-finish line once again. Let's see what time this is as we cross the line now. So we did improve slightly, so you can see there's a lot of time in this car. So let's hit that first corner here. And that's a lovely first corner. We've maintained a good apex speed there. If we can get in that slipstream of Dragon, oh, we're on for a cracker here. So we head up the hill once again. This is the final lap this time. As I say, I'm so happy we can do 3 flying laps. Through the S's we go as we head up the hill now. Head towards that first sector. What's our first sector going to be here? 25, well, slightly faster than last time as well, by about 3 thousandths of a second, as we then head into the left-hander here once again. And this is done far better this time. That's much better. Through there we go. We're going to carry on now towards that second sector time. What's it going to be at? We were purple there. What's it going to be at here? We're purple again, but then Tuscany comes across and ruins it. So what happened there was Tuscany had span, and then he hit the pause button. So one thing to learn from this, guys, if I'm to say anything, don't hit the pause button during qualifying. Please don't do it. He's apologised since, but yeah, just don't do it, guys. Don't do it. See Matty on pole there, then Thomas, then Manu Rodri. They're your top 3 here, and you can see how close the times are. We're still in that 0.1. Look how close the times are. We're not even a 10th down on the time. And oh, there we go. P6 is just over a 10th. So you can see why we have to fuel burn a little bit as well. And this is how close the grid is. Look at this. Under 2 tenths, top 10. Under 2 tenths. Mind-blowing. And then we're slightly over. And you've seen the time we could have got there. You have seen the time. So that's why I was especially frustrated at that qualifying session, because I reckon we could have been on pole here, and I reckon we could have had a bloody good start to this race. However, I was raging at this point, right? And this is the reason for the title of the blimmin' video anyway. So I actually sort of went into my zone where I'm not talking, I'm not doing anything. You can see this in the live stream, that's in the description. I'm just going to focus on the race. I want to just go up this grid. Because while I wasn't expecting a good result here before I started the round, the minute I saw that the Audi was actually really good here, and I mean really good, it's one of the top 5 cars here, I was frustrated, really frustrated. So let's see what we can do in this race as we begin. Looking for JM Bree there, starting where he did. But even so, we continue on. We head towards his first corner. RC Sent in front of us in that Mazda Atenza, trying to help Akahi there, who is racing for Mazda in the Asia region. Through there we go, lovely line as we head up the hill. Now tyre wear, unlike Interlagos, a little bit impactful here, but actually we could actually race. You know, we were one of the fastest, if not the fastest car at the start of the race, and towards the end of the race we came off, which is fine. As you can see, we've got a bloody good run on Slent here, so we head towards this left-hander. So let's keep it to the inside. I didn't want him to defend as much. It'd have been nice if Slent had maybe tried to use the advantage of the TT early on, and I would actually recommend this for a lot of people. Use the advantage of the TT early on, because later on in the race it's going to struggle. At the start, the TT is one of the fastest Group 4 cars in handling, just because of its power. You can see I was just bumping Slent along there. I just wanted to catch up to the next group as fast as I could. Through here we go, trying to avoid any penalties. Basically, you go off the curb, you're going to get a penalty. As long as you stay on them, you're absolutely fine. So Slent goes to the right. At this point, I was like, okay, right, I'll have you on this side then, Slent. Come on, let me go through. We're going for the move down the inside. A bit late braking, and we get it done. Lovely jubbly. So through we go into P10. So that's a position gained, and now we've got to really try and catch up. So I'm trying to go for the cutback, but too wide into this next part doesn't go. And I was not giving this up. So Slent decides to give it up because of the line he's having to take. I did give him a little bit of room, but even so, we continue on at this point now. We've got to try and catch Kelster. Can we catch Kelster and the rest of this field, and then potentially move up further positions? Because as I say, I was just in focus mode here. I was just like, I'm not having this. I'm going for it. So let's advance a little bit later on. 1 lap later. Dragon's had a penalty here, so we use a bit of slipstream off Dragon. You see Slent is still behind us, and we're going to get P9 there. So P9, woohoo, here we go. And a 39.5 as well on that lap. So, you know, we were pushing hard here. Through there we go as we continue on now up the hill. And you can see that group of 5. So we're going to just speed it up a little bit because we want to see where we catch up. And the fact that I'm speeding this up probably means I'm going to catch them. And you see that 25.3 first sector. That's actually faster than our quality laps, basically, in terms of that first sector. So you can see we are pushing like a madman here, which is great. I'm so happy we can actually push in a race as well. So up the hill we go, and you can see we've caught up to Kelster again. So let's slow that back down. And here we go. Look at that, 2x2 up ahead. Then Kelster's sliding in behind as well. Then it's me. Then it's Dragon. Then it's Slent as well. There's a big group of cars here as we head now down the hill. And we're just looking for a place to overtake. So Freak's under all sorts of pressure at the moment in that Lexus as we come through here. Who's leading the pack there? Is that Carl Williams? I think it might be. I'm not too sure. I can't actually see. I can't look round the cars either. But we're coming into this corner. It is indeed Carl Williams there in the Mercedes SLS, and that car will struggle later on in the race just with the tyres, similar to the front-wheel drive cars, to be honest. But you can see we're in a position here now to attack Kelster. B-Racer, Freaks in there as well. Let's see what we can do with this racing. I'm so happy we can race. Lap number 4. So I mentioned in the previous manufacturer race that the races were short. This was a really, really short race. I mean, 8 laps is not a lot. As you can see there, Freaks ran wide. I didn't want to go side by side with Kelster, so I give me a little bump there. Dragon gives me a little bump as well. So we're just bumping each other all the way up the hill. But Freaks on his sort of on the outside here. So Freaks under all sorts of pressure, losing positions left, right, and centre because he went side by side with B-Racer. We're coming up to here now, and if you look at the radar here, Dragon tries to go for a gap there in the middle. 3 into here, very hard to do. Unfortunately, that pushes Freak out wide. And then there's more contact because then they go even more 3 wide after I've been there with Slent and Dragon and Freak. So Freak massively loses out there. Really unfortunate Freak. He was just in the wrong place, wrong time there throughout that sort of first part of that lap. And it cost him big. Cost him real big. But we'll continue on. We're in P8 at this point. And again, we've still got cars up ahead. We can see Carl Williams. So at the moment, we're doing good. Now, I can tell you up front, Matty and Jomas, they were working together to try and pull away from Manu Rodri. Manu Rodri in that Toyota GT86. He's obviously going to be very strong at the end of the race, just for the fact that GT86 doesn't even use tyres. I think the tyre wear's turned off in that car. I'm not actually sure. But even so, we continue on with our little battle here for that P4 position. If we can get P4 again, I would be absolutely happy. And this shows you the pace of the TT, if I'm honest. We really had it in us. So I was really, really frustrated, as I say, with that qualifying session. Because we've done 0.0s in the practice lobbies. We've done 0.0s in loads of lobbies. Not even just this one. And the minute I found out the TT was strong here, I did practice a little bit harder than normal. But it was a weekday race as well. I struggle on weekday races, you know, tiredness, work, etc. It really struggles, but you can see how close we are to Kelster now. We are looking to try and get past Kelster as we continue out of here and we head up the hill again. Kelster knew how strong this car was at this circuit as well. We've done a few practice lobbies with Kelster. And what you're going to see in a minute surprised me actually on the live stream. And you know, I didn't expect it a little bit, and Kelster just let me go. You saw the indicator come on there, so, you know, fair play to Kelster. I'm not sure whether he was going for the strategic move and smart play and going, right, okay, the TT is very strong here. The Lamborghini, not so much, because the four-wheel drive, it was struggling a little bit. Let the TT go. I'll use the slipstream of the TT, and we'll catch the guys in front. I'm pretty sure that's what Kelster was thinking at this point. Kelster will be able to confirm in the comments if he watches this video. But through we go, and obviously, as I said at the start of this video, I'm on focus mode. I'm not really talking to the live stream. You've not seen me talk to the live stream. I am just focusing on the race at hand. I want to go for this. So you can see we're still catching the P4 battle, and we're right behind B-Racer now as we leave that corner. So you can see that, you can see the speed. I keep saying it, you can see the speed in this TT, which you can see why I was frustrated by that qualifying session. So going through here again. Lovely little clip of the curb there. That gets us around very nicely as we head towards this last corner once again. And we head towards lap number 6. Another thing I actually want to mention about, actually, you know, qualifying was that close. Well, the second split was 39.7 for pole, and that was 2.4k points. So you can see why people are getting frustrated with the point system as well, because that would have been P19 in this lobby. P19! And yet they get 2.4k points, and trust me, P19 this one doesn't. As you can see, we've gone on the outside of B Racer. I knew I couldn't get on the inside, but I didn't want to lose much speed or cost Calster too much time there, so I just stayed on the outside. I wasn't going to go for the cutback either. It was just to maintain a very close gap to B Racer in case anything happens. As we come through here, Key struggling in that Ford Mustang a little bit. That uses a lot of front end as well, and you can see we're getting very, very close here. So I pushed B Racer a little bit there. I'm going to go to the right side where Key is, and then thinking, okay, B Racer, if you're going to go through, I'm going to follow you through. They both break extremely late here, but they managed to get it turned in here, and B Racer gets that move done. So fair play to B Racer, and Key falls in behind. So it's B Racer now, Key, myself, and then Calster. And as we're coming down here, I don't actually realise how early the Mustang has to brake. So if you watch my previous laps, I brake just before the 100-meter board. And there I broke around 130, 135 meters, and I still tapped Key there. So very different braking zones. TT is very good on the brakes, and unfortunately it cost me on the chicane because I understeered off at that point, just due to the dirty air and the fact that I was right behind Key's gearbox. So we got a 0.5 penalty. I was a little bit frustrated. You can see me just talking there in the chat. I should have really let Calster go there, so apologies Calster. But even so, we continue on through here. And you can see Key runs wide there, so Key's going to run wide. I know Key's going to have dirt on his tyres, and it actually cost me a little bit here because I don't want to go for the overtake on Key either. It's just that he's going to run wide here, so I had to just turn it in, and I need to get the power out as fast as I can. I need to maintain as much speed because I'm about to lose a lot of speed. There we go, we lost a little bit of speed. So Key goes through, Calcer goes through, and Dragon is quite far away at this moment in time. So we are actually going to maintain this P8 position. Let's advance a little bit further on now. This is the final lap. You can see Calcer and Key, we've caught them up again. Calcer runs a little bit wide here on that first turn. Dragon is close behind in that BMW, and then we've got Spider. We've not seen Spider in a long time in P10 there in the Hyundai Genesis, helping out Afo potentially. I'm not sure because Afo from RC as well is also in the Hyundai. But we continue on up this hill now. For one last time, you can see that tyre wear is having an impact now. That front right really destroyed at this point. A lot of fast left-handers here. Anti-clockwise circuit. We're going to have tyre wear issues on that front right. So coming through here, you can see Calster and Key side by side again. Little contacts like that. Oh, actually no issue. It's just side by side action. And that's what we want to see. Good racing. And that's the nice thing now. We are actually racing. So, you know, as I said in the previous video, fair play. Polyphony Digital, fair play. So we're going to come through here one last time. We are struggling with understeer a little bit. We're still catching the Ford Mustang though. But through here we go. So now up at this hill, we're going to maintain our speed here. Audi TT strong. You saw that into Lagos. You've seen that here as well at Yamagiwa as we head towards the left-hander here of the hairpin. I'll try and straighten this braking point as much as I can. So Spider goes for the move on the inside of Dragon here as we accelerate out of that corner. I'm not sure what the Hyundai's on tyre-wise, but my word, it's good on tyres. As we then head towards this right left-hander. Very tricky complex of corners. You've really got to get it chucked in there onto that curb. Don't go over the curb because it'll bounce you off. And now we're going defensive against Spider here as we approach the last corner. And I can't really do much here. Now, I could be a bit dirty here and just put my foot to the floor and accelerate out, but I don't do that. And I give Spider enough room here. And Spider's just going to have the overrun, basically, a bit wider of an angle. Gets to accelerate out here. So Spider is going to get that P8. We go up to P9 anyway, which in the grand scheme is actually okay-ish from where we started. But I was disappointed with that qualifying session. I reckon we could have gone for the win here quite easily. We did beat, I'm not sure we beat Matty, but we definitely beat Jomas in the practice race. But even so, that is it. P9 for the Audi TT. Very close race all the same. I hope you've enjoyed this video and the highlights. Bit more racing action for you, which is all absolutely awesome. The points for this were 1.7k-ish, I think. We might just wait and see when it loads. Again, not very high points. But there's going to be a video playlist there if you want to watch another race. My logo's there if you want to subscribe. There's 1.7k points. And I will see you in the next video.